Shut up and sit down.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Oh, there's going well already, Dave, isn't it? This is the second attempt we've done because
Hang on,
someone
hang on a minute. Hello, everyone.
forgot to press the go live button, and someone else had his YouTube on, didn't he, Dave?
Yeah, I know. I just killed it.
So yeah,
As you mean, carry on.
yeah, super professional already. I thought there was something wrong with my eye then, because I thought I'm seeing double. How's that possible? I've got the other window open on the other monitor. Look. Right, that went well. So anyway, this is the Sunday Brunch with me, Festa 67's Workshop, aka Colin, and Daisy Potts.
And me, Model Maker Dave. So, hello, everyone. Hope everyone is fine and dandy on a Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
Cock-ups are here.
Absolutely, mate. And there's been quite a few of them already, really, mate. And we're not going to change habit of a lifetime. So, anyway, I haven't seen you. So, what have you been up to, mate?
What have I been up to? I've been up to all sorts of things. Hang on. I'm going to change. Oh, well, I'm going to tempt fate here. I'm going to change camera angle.
Yeah, I haven't got to that bit yet. It took me all that time just to press the big red go live button.
Hang on. I'm running out of space. Bear with me a second. Oh, God. I need a bigger house. Why can't I win that lottery and oh, no, do that. Yeah. There we go. That's it. So I'll have that one, and hopefully you should now have a bit of down cam.
Yeah, I've been asked why I ain't got my hat on. There you go.
Yeah. Put your hat on. And that'll stop
there
the
you
show.
go. Is that sorted your glare out now, Dave? That better, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, either put your hat on or get some salt and powder, one or the other.
That's all right. We'll be all right in a minute. I'll go on the bench cam, mate, so I won't have to look at my shiny napper anymore.
So, anyway, I've been working on me Huey. I'll bring some bits in.
Right.
I'll
just put you full screen, actually, mate.
If I get that out of the way, put that there. So, I've got to a point now where I've decided that I'm going to not stop the build, but just stop to make sure that I've done everything that I want to do for the internals. Because once I've buttoned it up, I'm not going to be able to get in to do anything that I think of afterwards. So at the moment, we're having a bit of a pause while my brain gets into gear as to what else I want to do or might like to do before I button it up.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's that bit. So that's all done. I've still got to do the harnesses, and I think there's another coat of red that's got to go on the back of the seats because it's still looking a little bit naff. But otherwise, that is pretty much how I want it, apart from anything else I think of. I have done a little bit of work on the engine. I'll put some extra bits of plumbing in. I kind of followed a photo that I found on Tinterweb, but I haven't followed it exactly. It's just a representation of what was in the photo as to what I can get into the engine bay and then what's going to be visible once it's all buttoned up. So I'm kind of leaving that as it is, and I might make it a little bit more dirty and a bit more used and abused. But I'm still kind of thinking on that. I've still to make the hinges for the doors.
Yeah.
And so there's the doors that I've done so far.
Right, yeah.
The people are probably going to pick up, they never had any blast netting, but this was put in as a infield modification.
Yeah. Good man.
which I seem to be relying on quite a lot.
Hey, mate, bluffability doesn't hurt anyone, mate.
Hey, look, we don't know what they did in those things, so
Absolutely.
and it's my build, so
Yeah.
I've put a little bit of netting on the inside of what will be the engine cover, because what was there was a bit.
Gash.
Yeah, thank you. The inside roof and back wall are pretty much done. I have made, he says as he tries to get it all shining up, I've made a little bit of a control panel that I've still got to do some cutting down on the switches just to make them.
Right, yeah, I'm with you.
And then I'm going to paint that in. I don't actually know how much of it is going to get seen. Probably very little.
Yeah, but you know it's there.
But it's done, and it might cast a bit of a shadow down on the rest of it. So that's that. Now, because I watched your go on.
Yeah, you're waiting for some bloke to do that video, aren't you? Do the door hinges. Can't think of it was.
No, there's some bloke. He's actually he's quite good every now and again. When he says he's going to do something, you have to keep reminding him to put his bleeding finger out.
Yeah, he might have filmed it overnight, been that he couldn't sleep, mate. So it's coming up in the death race build.
As I watched your part 2 of your Jaguar, I thought I would bring this in because I know no one has seen this. You know what I'm going to bring in.
I do. Well, I'm hoping I do.
I'm going to bring in my Transit that you very kindly did a decal wrap for me.
Yes.
That I've now applied to it. But as looking at the back of it, you still need to do another set of decals for me, mate, please.
Yeah. Now I've got enough artwork for a full page. I'll do a print job during the week.
So what this is it's kind of a nod to the celebrations that went past for the 75th anniversary of D-Day. It's kind of on this side, you might see it a little bit better. It's it's kind of a then and now kind of thing, with people enjoying the holiday that they're on, but the ghosts of
you might want to turn the van round, Dave, so the tyres are facing towards you, mate. It's upside down.
How's that?
That's perfect, mate. Cut.
Start again. Can we start again, please?
Yeah. Take 2.
Take 2,000 more, like, jeez. So,
yeah.
You got them doing their holidays, and then you've got what was D-Day on 1944.
Yeah.
And a rather large poppy on the bonnet, and least we forget on the roof.
Yeah.
And a bit of the guys sitting down for a cuppa, and the beach huts waiting for people to do their own.
It's a great way, I thought, when I first saw the artwork online with some of the black and white pictures against modern day stuff, it kind of brings it home, doesn't it?
It does. And I just thought,
sacrifice. So, yeah.
So, which is now leading me on to the idea of doing yet another Transit.
Right.
With another decal wrap.
Yeah.
But I haven't really thought of what I'm going to do. But I'm definitely going to do another one. And if anyone is out there thinking, oh, I fancy having a go at that, do it, because it's so much fun. And you end up having a unique Transit or whatever vehicle it is that you're doing, because I'm having another thought of maybe doing a 1/48 Hurricane.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because being it's 2020, August will be the 80th anniversary of the beginning of the Battle of Britain.
Colin Bennett, yeah.
I think I'm right in saying that. So I was thinking of possibly doing some sort of decal wrap to go down the fuselage and across the two wings.
Mm.
But that's about as far as I've got, really.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting one to do.
And the other thing that I've been working on, and this is a shameless plug,
Hey, mate, plug away, mate. That's what it's about.
is
I'll put you on full screen again, mate.
I'm working on a C-47, which is done up in the markings for Lilybell 2. And the reason for doing this is the club that I'm a member of, Newbury Scale Model Club, we was asked to make some models to go in a glass cabinet for the Greenham Common Tower Museum.
Yeah.
And that's where this puppy's going when it's finished. So I'm trying to give it the best possible facelift and make it look like it's been on a resupply or a paradrop or doing a medivac coming back home or whatever, and it's had a bit of a rough ride.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much where I've got to. Now, due to the fact that I've had this kit for several months, maybe nearly 2 years, I've lost a couple of parts. So I went to Italieri, and they very kindly got back to me and said, yeah, we've still got them, so we can do a resupply for you.
Right.
So I've got to send back me payment and my address details, and then it's however long it's going to take for them to wing their way from some Italian warehouse.
In Italy.
Somewhere in Europe. Now, at this point, once we've exited out of Europe, they're still going to send stuff over to us.
I don't know. I can only imagine that things are going to get a bit more expensive. Yeah. Spur and Glue in the chat's asking Fox for a sticker. Fox is telling me off for not using words. I get told off for typing in the chat on a Monday night with the e-models thing. See, so he's telling me off for doing it in here and all. Ah,
yes. Yeah. Well, as Fox is in,
yes,
his mate's here. It's a little Lego Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, talking of Fox, actually, he's up next as well. So if you haven't seen his Sunday stream, pop over, give him a looky-loo. He does his Warhammer Sundays, and Chris does one on a Sunday evening as well. So you got to put up with us reprobates all day Sunday. What possibly could you be doing instead of that?
Running to the hills with fear.
Yeah. I've got to switch camera so I can get my Yui out.
I was going to say, what have you been up to?
Yeah, I know. I don't like pimping myself. I know.
What you been up to? And
I'm just changing camera as we speak, me old China.
Oh, look, he's showing off with his new camera angle. Oh, look at you.
I might have done a bit of work on the Huey, Dave.
Yeah. Can you point your camera down a little bit because it's not quite in shot? Wobble, wobble. Perfect.
Persuasion refit. How's that?
Perfect.
Yeah, I might have done a bit of work on it, Dave.
You've nearly finished it, you bugger.
Yeah, it's kind of, it took off. Excuse the pun, but yeah, it's got opening doors and and
took off or rotated.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get to the stage where I could have everything assembled and then think about paint with it. So I've done all the opening doors. I've just got to make up the rest of the door frames. But yeah, because obviously when we did the live for the Huey, I stupidly went, yeah, I'll just open the doors up. Why not? And Sarge held me to it. as only Sarge can. And yeah, so that's the stage I'm at with it. I've masked all my canopies off. I've got all the fellas in the back there with their big guns. All the engine doors open as well, and I've just got the detailing to do of the framework, and some wires and that are already done on there. So yeah, I'm quite chuffed with it. It's been sitting in its little corner over there, and
It is looking impressive, although I'm several stages behind you now. But
yeah, I mean, because I obviously had to chop this apart because I've lit it as well, don't forget. So it's got all the LEDs are in there.
You've been doing your electronics magic, haven't you?
Allegedly so, yeah. And it's got a switch in there that you switch the helicopter on and off with. And yeah, so you know how it is. But yeah, it's got full nav light and strobe and all of that on it. And yeah.
You
It's
forgot
124 Fury, mate. What did you expect me to do, mate?
Well, I thought you would have put a disco ball inside it as well.
Yeah, I wanted to actually put a motor in for the propeller to turn, but then when I saw the size of it, I thought it's going to be switched on once, put on a shelf, and never switched on again. So why waste a motor? So yeah. So that's that. I've built a little red plane.
A little red one.
Yeah, I can honestly say it was a right focker to put together. See what I did there? That little triplane. I've got a thing about triplanes. Don't know why.
Now, are you going to do the rigging?
Oh?
Are you going to do the rigging on your triplane?
Of course I am. I've got the old Easy Line over there, mate.
Okay, so when are you going to do a wing nut wings then?
We're not going to fold one, mate. Yeah, I mean, this was like, £8 on eBay, you know what I mean? But yeah, cool. Imagine me doing a wing nut wings plane. The modelling community will disown me, especially if I get the saw out.
I was kind of hoping you might have done the Lancaster.
Oh, what? The big old HK one?
No, the wing nut wings one.
Do you know, I would do one, but again, it's not my niche, is it? There's people out there far better at it than I'll ever be. But yeah, so I've been doing that, and I've been doing me Death Race Mustang and all. So getting that together and cutting doors out and 3D printing gubbins for it and bits and bobs. So yeah, been kind of busy, mate. And I'm going to be sorry.
You've been keeping going then?
Yeah, I've been, 3D printing, as you know, all kinds of gubbins and that, but scored a decent result on a London taxi as well, didn't I, mate?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Hang on a minute. Are we having an invasion of the green stuff on your desk?
Yeah, we kind of have been getting carried away, mate.
Have we been buying lots more green filament, have we?
Yeah, I kind of made a wooden extra fin holder a while back, didn't I?
Yes.
And then I made a green one, and a few people asked me about them. And then I did the Set and Soul with the brush station. And then that then changed into a Set Soul and clear that way.
Yep.
The microset bottles are a little larger, see? And then if you turn it round and use the conveniently made sleeves that come with it, it then fits normal, strong, and extra strong UMP.
You're too clever, you are.
And it's got brush holders in there and all for them. Happy days.
You should have people queuing up for them.
So a few of them have been going out, and then during the night, I thought, something. I've got 3 bottles, and I couldn't be bothered to print another one of them, so I did a 3 stack as well. See, so I got me Tamiya, me Festa fin, because I make my own glue now, and me sprue glue, or spray glue. And then if I'm doing a bit of work on the bench, I'll just grab one of my bottles and I can flap around my bench. So I did that. I've done Tamiya tape dispensers. I've got my wheelie bin for my sanders, and yeah.
You've been busy, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm going to build a little one for my 3D pen to go in. So I'll print something up for that.
No wonder you ain't been sleeping.
Yeah, well, when I can't sleep, mate, can I? You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. So Spoongaloos asking what's the cost on these items. Bung us an email, mate. Festa67 workshop at gmail.com, and we'll arrange something, mate. But yeah, I've got the I'll just move me bottle of soap. That sounds wrong, doesn't it?
I'm not going there. As you're playing around with your soap, we better keep it clean.
I've got that little bad boy and all, which is my own version of a Tamiya holder that all clicks in place. 2 parts to that, and it's a resistance fit, and you can adjust them to whatever angle you want.
So you could say on that one, you could say that you've got it taped.
Yeah, very easy to change them over, pop it back in, click it all back together. So that's another one that I've done. So happy days. It's been
so you could say that Festa's range is growing.
Yeah, it's one of them. I'm forever knocking stuff over, as you know. I've got MS, so I get the twitches. I still haven't found that bottle of Model Air paint yet. So anything that can stop me from twitching and knocking stuff flying is all good, isn't it? So that's what started it for me, and it's grown from there. And I mean, yonks ago, I made my first one out of plumbing fittings and styrene, and
well, yeah, the first one I did was out of bit of plastic card.
Yeah. So yeah, it's gone from there really. So yeah, I'll pull myself off a full screen so that the world can see us both. Sarge is in. Hello, Sarge. All right, mate. How you doing, me old China? Hope you got your printer quietened down.
Has he started using it yet?
Yeah, he messaged me last night. I was binge watching CSI Miami. Yeah, I know, cutting edge, eh?
Yeah.
And he's fired it up, and he suddenly realised how loud that PSU fan is.
Yeah, it is a bit down. Sarge, you need to jack it up. Print out the adjustable feet, mate. It does make a difference.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Yeah, it makes a hell of a difference. Yeah. I was thinking of maybe doing another little wind up on Sarge.
Oh right, why is that then, mate?
Oh, because
you can.
Because I can, and he bites every now and again.
Oh, it's not fair, poor Sarge.
Well, we did the Formula One cars.
Well, I wasn't going to bring that up because I can now see Sarge throwing cups across these flats. Yes, I might be aware of the situation.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of maybe doing a really nice slinky Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then sticking either a Ford or a Lamborghini badge on it.
Oh, see, I always liked the look of Gilles Villeneuve's Ferrari, but I think that Sarge would shoot me if I did anything to that particular Ferrari, because I kind of think that's his holy grail.
Yeah, and he's getting hold of one of those. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But it's something that's working in my mind that I might do, but then again I might not. But it's just a little.
Well, I did have someone say how much of an Ayrton Senna fan they were, and how much they liked the McLaren MP4, and what a wonderful job I had done in creating the model of it. And then I let them talk to me for about another 10 minutes before I told them it was actually a Ferrari. Yeah, they weren't happy.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
absolutely. It has to be done, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I've got to have a little bit of fun every now and again.
That's the thing. It's all about having a bit of fun with it, isn't it?
Yeah. You never know. One of these days, I might actually do a tank as well.
Yeah, I've got some big old boomsticks up in my stash, but I keep seeing the shiny stuff on the interwebs, and it's like, oh, I want that shiny one. I bought a Warhammer and all. Yeah, I know. I can hear the cutlery falling off of people's shelves.
Yeah, hang on. What about this?
What brought about it? I liked the look of the vehicle, mate.
Oh, right,
It had a bit of gnarl factor to it. You know what I mean? You know when you see something that's a bit, how can you say, a bit steampunky, a bit quirky, you know, and I just thought, something, I might be able to do something to that. And yeah, I'll probably have the entire Warhammer community hating on me if I don't paint it in a particular way. But yeah.
Listen, you're going to have to be a bit careful now that you've admitted to that, because you know who else likes doing that stuff, don't you? Oh, Foxy, he'll have you on his bloody show doing stuff.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I can imagine, mate. Well, I'm teasing him at the moment because I won't actually tell him what one I've ordered.
It's got a body and it's got tracks. That's enough.
Yeah, and he messaged me like, "You've not told me what one it is." No, I'm messing with you now. Suffice to say, I might have to invest in some paint and all. So yeah. But I'll get round to building it at some point. It's one of those that that'll probably be something that I'll take into hospital with us when I end up going in there under the knife. So yeah, because us being blokes, you've got to sneak a kit in, didn't you? You know what I mean?
Well, it'd be wrong if you didn't.
Yeah, I did that and got caught though, didn't I? I was telling you the other night, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. But you was asking for trouble when you're going away with the missus, you know.
Yeah, but I just thought, well, I'm away for a week and a half. I'm going to get bored, so I packed a kit.
Yeah, that went down well.
It did.
Yeah.
The look of death.
I can imagine.
I could still feel the laser burn on the back of my neck, mate.
I thought that was suntan.
That's why my head's so shiny, mate. It's where she was beating me down the road with a tea towel.
Yeah.
So, if you had the opportunity to buy whatever kit you wanted, what would you go for?
I think, does it have to be one or can it be two?
No, it can be whatever you like. All right, you've won, I don't know, 20 grand.
Well, I think if I'd won 20 grand or won some money on the lottery, I would go for one of the Hero Boys.
The Model Factory Hero Boy, yeah.
Yeah, one of their resin DBR9s.
Oh, that's a good shout.
I'd have one of those. I definitely have one of Tamiya's 1/350th Enterprise flat tops.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that kit that I just really do fancy having a go at it, but where I'm going to put it after I've finished it, I've no idea.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
And I think I'd also want to have a go at the 1/48th Tomcat.
Oh, right, yeah.
I don't know what it is about the Tomcat. I just like the aircraft.
Yeah.
And I quite fancy having a go at it, but Uh,
I think as a lad, it was the fact that the wings swung back, wasn't it? And it was I don't know, just had that
yeah, it's just
aggressiveness about it, didn't it?
yeah, and I don't know. It's all guts and grunt, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I just fancy having a go at one, but at 70 quid a pop.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bit steep, isn't it?
Mind you, having said that, I've got two 148th Tamiya Lancasters upstairs that I haven't even begun to start. I know it was like 80 quid a pop, so pop
Yeah,
kettle springs to mind here.
yeah.
What about you?
Me, it would definitely be something Model Factory Hero. Probably the big, if you can still get it. Do you remember the really big Senna car, McLaren MP4?
Oh, the 112th.
Yeah,
Is it 112? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
one
know.
of them. Probably the Ferrari 312, was it? Nicky Lauda car,
Yes.
76. Probably an Africa Twin as well, to be quite honest with you.
Well, yeah, you like your old bikes, don't you?
Yeah, something about them, innit? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm doing the big old 1/4 scale Rossi bike, the part work for that. And it's a monster, Dave. It's an absolute monster, mate.
How you getting on with it?
All right, mate. Just waiting for parts. That's the thing, you get random packs sent to you and you just sit there, bung it together. But I'm going to build it in sub-assemblies and then I can go in and do a bit more detail up with it, a bit more refinement. But yeah, from what I've seen of it, it's highly detailed anyway, but it's just that little finishing touch in it, And I'll put sound in it and all.
There's no stopping you, is there?
No. Sarge saying, funny thing is that F14 only liked it because it was the base form for Robotech VF Mechs.
What?
I'm just going to nod approvingly and wave at that because I have no idea.
No, it's gone that far above my head. It's collecting snow and dust before it comes back down again.
Yeah. Is that bipedal war suits we're on about, or Lee's still got his 1/4 scale Booser? Yeah, that was another one, wasn't it? That they done. Oh, bark at me. You didn't hear that, I hope.
I did.
You're
going to blame that on that vibrating cushion that you've got?
Yeah, it was my massage cushion, Dave. Honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, mate. Can you hear it? Yeah. But yeah, I had a good week on the eBay. Couple of bargains. Got me £7 Mustang, wasn't it? Or 14 quid even, sorry, me Mustang, and me 11 quid London taxi, mate.
Yeah, no, you've done well so far.
So I was quite impressed with that. Still haven't heard anything about the Motorhead bomber, mate, have we?
No, it's gone quiet on that.
Yeah.
Hang on. Actually, well, let's have a look on Airfix's website and see if they're saying anything. Because, I don't know. I was under the impression that we was going to get them before Christmas.
Yeah, I don't know whether or not there was a issue with licensing or whether they was doing another run or whatever, but yeah.
I to be honest with you, I don't know, mate, because it's gone really quiet.
Yeah, for those that aren't aware, there's a limited run that Airfix are doing on the HE 111 Heinkel, isn't it? And they're doing
Yeah.
it as the 40th anniversary of the Motorhead Bomber album cover. And yeah, you know, a lot of us metalheads have been trying to get hold of one, and it's a bit like me trying to grow dreadlocks. It's difficult. It's a difficult challenge, isn't it, Dave?
Very.
So we've both pre-ordered them. But, oh, blimey, 8 months ago, is it?
It feels like it, to be honest
Yeah,
with
there
you.
or thereabouts, wasn't it? I know it was still the heat wave, wasn't it? So yeah,
Because I think I was at, when the original email came out for it. I think I
yeah,
was at work and I pinged it over to you.
that's right. Yeah, but yeah, it's looking like a
That's
very
right.
high.
I did my pre-order, but you was having trouble getting yours through or something.
Oh yeah, my link kept crashing.
I think I must have done mine at the right time then.
Yeah, I did get a ping back off of them a couple of days later saying that they had kind of got caught out by the demand, but
Well,
they had temporarily shut down the site to stop any more orders coming in because they had made X amount and had sold them 3 times over, basically. So they had to stop accepting orders until they knew when they could do another print run or manufacturing run of them. So yeah, but I don't know whether the one that someone's saying in the chat, I think it's Scooby, is saying that he's been trying to get one, but they're never in stock. If you go to FX Direct, they might still have the pre-order option enabled, but they do switch it on and off randomly, mate. So just keep going back. That's
yeah,
all you
because
can do, isn't it?
you're going to get a few people that's going to buy them and then put them up on eBay for extortionate amount of money.
Oh yeah, you know it's going to happen, mate. It's bound to, mate.
So anything says limited run, someone's going to jump on it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bind, mate. It really is. Trouble is, what can you do?
Yeah, I'm still toying with the idea of doing a pre-order for the Vulcan.
Oh, what, the 172nd?
Yeah, the new one that they've got coming out.
Yeah, I've not seen anything as to pricing for it or what. So,
I think I had a look on theirs. It was about 60 quid.
oh, that's not bad.
So I don't know at the moment. I don't know if I am or if I'm not because I'm a little bit kind of put off with what's been going on with the Motorhead Heinkel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a little bit dubious as to
Bit skeptical, mate. Yeah.
and I haven't, to be fair, I haven't really fully made my mind up whether I am or not. I think what I might do is just leave it and
Yeah.
wait for it to come out. But I might do the pre-order for the new Buccaneer that they've got coming out.
All right. What scale's that, mate?
When it's 1/72 again, I was hoping against hope that they would see light and have inspiration to go for a 1/48 because they used to do a 1/48,
Yeah.
which you can't get for love nor money, or if you can, you pay an extortionate amount of money for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Scooby's saying in the chat there that it's 70 quid now for a Vulcan.
Yeah, because when I looked on Airfix, I think they was doing it saying 59.99, but then that was a little while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it may very well have gone up a bit. I don't on that one. I don't know. I'm in two minds.
Tell you something though, you can imagine the aftermarket that you'd get for that would be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, but I think they've done a reasonable job on it, but you're always going to get someone saying, "Oh, that's not right."
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? There's a huge
Mind
photo
you,
etch market now, isn't there?
and for the Vulcan, there's a huge following for it anyway.
Well, yeah, it's Vulcan, isn't it? At the end of the day, mate.
Oh yeah,
You
it's a
know,
big old bird.
that's the thing. It's Vulcan bomber, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big old bird.
Absolutely, mate. It's a big old unit.
It's not something that you can't miss when it goes over your head.
No, we used to go to Farnborough and Duxford air shows, and yeah, you know when it's coming, don't you, mate?
Yeah, you know when it's around. Mind you, that's the same with the new Typhoon, though, isn't it? That's not in the same sort of league for size, but it's in the same league for sound because it can't make a bloody noise.
Oh yeah.
You know when that one's around. What else have I seen from Airfix? Oh, I might have a go at one of their the quick builds.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, I
I'm,
know what you mean, yeah.
I'm just pondering the idea of having a go at one just to see what you can do with a few washes and a little bit of extra painting to see what sort of result you can get, because I think that'd be a little bit of a fun project.
Oh, definitely, mate.
Because with a little bit of thought and a little bit of effort, you could turn that in from something that looks basically like a toy that's about ready for a kid's toy box,
Yeah.
to putting it on a shelf inside a cabinet, and it'd look pretty good.
Yes, Lee's asking in the chat, there is the air show on this year. As far as I know, mate.
What, at Farnborough?
Yeah.
I think so. I've never been. I've been to one at Duxford.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I know, it's on, mate.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be on. Unless you got the not in my backyard brigade saying we don't want the noise.
I think that's what happened last year, wasn't it? I think they some of the campaigners were kicking off, weren't they, about the noise?
If you don't like the noise,
But, I mean, what do they expect? It's an air show. Duh.
Oh yeah. If they don't like the noise, move.
Yeah, it's like, really? Get over yourselves. Why why live right next to an airfield then?
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you got to laugh. I don't know. I don't know whether I'll be going this year, mate, to be honest with you. It's getting about now, ain't as easy. Sarge is saying that's the funny thing about air shows. His dad took him to one in 1973, and it's what got him into model making.
Yeah, there's a question for you and for everybody else. What got you into making models, and when did you get into it? As in, what was the very first kit you ever built? There's a question for you.
Cool, Bennett. Yeah, for me, it was my uncle. Staying with my uncle. He used to build model kits, and I used to sit there watching him paint these models, and suddenly, he's like, well, I'll go and get you one, and you can have a go at joining in, and that was it, really.
For me, it wasn't particularly any one person within the family group that built models, because no one else did. But I used to, as a child, I used to have a load of Lego bricks.
Yeah.
And I think model making was like the next step after doing the Lego, because the Lego is not that detailed, but the model making is.
Yeah.
So I think for about 7 or 8, I got an Airfix Hurricane.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that's where it all kicked off for me. And I've been building them ever since.
Yeah, Sprue and Glue saying if they don't like the noise, why bother going to an air show in the first place? It's true, mate. You couldn't, you know. I've often wondered with some people, you know, it's the art of complaining, isn't it, with them?
Yeah.
You know, some of them have just got to do it.
Well, it's like the lot that live round by Brands Hatch. They can only use the full GP circuit so many times a year.
Yeah, it's a bit pointless, isn't it?
Because of the not in my backyard brigade. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah, it's each to their own, mate.
Not a lot you can do about it. I'll tell you what, whoever painted these rotors didn't do a good job.
Sarge's saying his first kit was the Funkdecker Fokker cartoon style airplane.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, what, the one out of Dastardly and Muttley?
Oh, catch the pigeon, wouldn't it? Yeah. Dick Dastardly. Yeah.
And Muttley.
Oh, mate, yeah. I used to have a mate whose laugh was exactly like Muttley's. You can guess what his nickname was, can't you?
Shaggy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Scooby's saying. It's the same as Mallory Park. Neighbours are always complaining. Yeah, Sarge, it can work for filling seams, mate. It's just getting the settings right, which is what I'm playing with today, you know, just faffing around with it, really. Seeing what it can do. But, yeah, it's a bit like stick welding.
Oh, you playing around with your pen again, are you?
Yeah, me 3D pen, yeah. So, yeah, it's just getting it used to seeing what it's capable of. It's done a few bits. It joined all that tombstone together that goes down the back of the car. So it's like anything. I'm trying to do it whilst doing a live show and reading chat, and it's probably not the thing to do.
Not the best idea.
Lee saying his was when he saw pictures in Fast Car magazine of someone building, what's that? Realistic R32 GTR. It looks so real to 1/1 scale details, so he wanted to do the same. And that was in 2012.
Right. Good on you, mate.
Yeah, fair play to you, mate.
Yeah, what else have I seen kicking around? I think that's it, really.
Yeah, there's not really been a massive wind of what's coming up. I mean, I know Airfix sent an email out. Was it beginning of the month?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what Tamio come out with.
Yeah, I've not seen anything regarding Tamiya new releases. I think there's some RC stuff coming, isn't there?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and one other thing. For those of you that's watched my What's in the Box for a particular Land Rover, has anybody spotted the deliberate mistake that the presenter has done, i.e. me? Because if you haven't, I'm going to tell you what it is. If you watch it all the way through, I go through every single sprue that's in the box, except for one piece that is quite vital to a Series 3 Land Rover, the body shell. there's no body shell in the box that I've got.
Yeah.
So I've been on to the people that I bought it from and eventually got through. And they are now, hopefully, fingers crossed, sending out a replacement so I can actually do the build.
Yeah, that was one of your better spots, wasn't it, mate?
Well, yeah, someone else did a what's in the box for it.
Yeah.
And pulled the body shell out, and I thought, I don't remember seeing one of those in my box. So I tipped everything out again, and I thought, what a plum. How can you not notice you haven't got a bleeding body shell?
Hey, mate, how many people have viewed it now? Because no one's noticed.
Well, there's no comments on there to say you haven't done the body shell. What does the body shell look like? Because I think the last time I looked, there was something in the region of about 102 or 103 people had viewed it.
Yeah.
There's no comments to say anything. So I'm presuming that because, 102, 103 on one of my videos is a good viewing number for me.
Yeah.
But none of them have said, "Wait, Dave, where's body shell, mate?"
You know what's going to happen now, then, don't you?
Oh, I'm going to get flooded now, aren't I?
It's going to go mental, isn't it?
So when I get the body shell, I'm going to do part 2 of the review.
It's funny though. I got caught out like that with a car kit and started building it. It was one of those you bought on the cheap, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
And I was like building away, and then I suddenly dawned on me it's got no wheels. Yeah. I was like, that's why it was cheap then.
Yeah, well, I got caught out on one. I bought one on eBay. And it's like not been started, everything's in the box, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, yeah, that's bloody cheap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it was the Peugeot 205 rally car, I think it was.
Oh, right, yeah.
The silver one.
Yeah, the GTI or whatever, yeah.
And it arrived, and I thought, oh, great. So I opened up the box, and I thought, it's been started, isn't it? The decals have been cut up. There was bits that had been assembled in the car. There was no body shell. And I took some photos, wrote back to the bloke and said, I thought you said this hadn't been started. And and all credit to him, he just said, hands up, mate, I made a mistake. I'll give you a full refund. Don't send it back.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that before where it's like some parts assembled. And I opened the box and the kit had been completely built, and it looked like someone had gone over it with a roller full of emulsion. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah.
There's that big vat of Dettol.
Yeah, I've got one of those upstairs. It's what is it? It's one of the Skylines that I bought, and it said,
"Oh right,
yeah, body has been sprayed." And I've looked at it and gone, "Oh dear."
Yeah.
I think that's going to get a bath in Dettol at some point.
Oh yeah, or they'll say some painting has been begun. So you think, it's going to be airbrushed in a nice coat of primer. Oh no, they've been at it with the most loose-haired brush you can imagine on a pot of Humbrol. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, and there's finger marks all over it as well.
Oh yeah, and you think, oh yeah, but it's the chance you take, isn't it? It's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, but on something like that though, if it's too far gone and you know for a fact that you look at it and think there's no way that I'm going to resurrect this. Hey, what's left in the box is all for the Greeblies box,
Have you done the cardinal sin before and bought a kit on holiday and not opened it until you got back? Yeah.
Might have done. Bearing in mind that where my mum lives in relation to the Hannants.
Yeah, I did as well. Cornwall, Perranporth and that. Yeah, it's like great.
I've been in that warehouse a few times. It's like letting loose a kid in the toy shop.
Yeah, it's like
It's like, where do I start? It's wall to wall, floor to ceiling, shelving of
oh yeah,
model kit heaven.
oh yeah, and you think there is no way I'm going to get anything in the suitcase if I buy these kits. So I've got to find somewhere to dump all our luggage, because you're that desperate to get the kit, in you, and then you think you got to try and lug it halfway across Europe. Yeah,
I walked around once and I thought, yeah, I'll have one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them. Oh, I'll have one of those over there as well. And I think I'd spent, in my mind, I'd spent about 300 quid.
yeah.
And I thought, better rein that one in a bit quick.
I used to always laugh when we used to go to Spain, Dave, because you would always see the obligatory people at the airport with the tall ships that they had bought in the Spanish souvenir shops, and then they've got that annoying thing of having to break all the masts off to pack it down because they wouldn't allow it on the plane.
Yeah.
You see people get caught out with that all the time. It was like, really? Yeah. Fox's put one in there. What's he put? He's back for a start. Are we talking about part-built nightmares off eBay? Can be a good way to pick up cheap stuff if you can strip it. But there will be excessive sadness. Yeah, we've been caught a couple of times, mate. But I'd say 90% of the stuff has been fair dinkum, isn't it? But you get that odd one, don't you? And you're like,
I think I've had the odd one or two that have come through, especially the ones that said, it's been started, and you open the box with fear and dread, and
yeah.
And you look in, and all they've done is they've taken the wheels off the sprue, they've taken the tyres out of the bag, and they put it on, and you think, I'm all right here.
Yeah, that's a result. But it's when they've been and built an aircraft using snot glue, and they've had the twitches halfway down the fuselage, and it looks like a badly painted tram line, and you're like, really? And then they've had to go at wiping it off as well. So you got the leftover bit of paper towel stuck to the fuselage. Like, oh no.
Yeah. I've had a couple where I've lifted the lid and I've just looked in and like, okay, that's everything bar those couple of bits is all going in the Greeblies box, because
you get
there's no chance of it being resurrected.
Or you get that statement, don't you? The kit looks complete from what I can tell.
And you pick the box up and you give it a little shush.
Yeah.
Well, that's a start. There's stuff in the box, and then you take the lid off, and you see that there's about half a dozen sheets of kitchen roll, and you think, oh no.
There was a recent one on there because I've been trying to track down a particular Ferrari Formula One car, and when you see something and you think, oh, that's too good to be true. I'll just have a look at the photographs, mate. Cool. Honestly, Dave. Well, yeah. It looked like a Picasso, mate, the state of this motor. I've not seen paint applied that thickly to a plastic model before.
Oh, right. So instead of it being applied with a brush, it's been put on with a spatula.
Yeah, it wasn't Ferrari red. It was more like Humbrol Hull red. You know that? Yeah. And I'm like, oh.
All right. So instead of being painted on it, they've just put it on a stand and got some paint on the end of the ruler and flicked it on.
Oh yeah, and there was the amount of glue. It looked like Evo stick had been used to put the engine in. It was, and I was just like, no, it's a no-brainer. I'm not getting that one, but. It's sold, so someone out there is going to be receiving the kit of death. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what the model group chats do, you know. So yeah, someone's got it coming their way. Hopefully it's not anyone we know, but
Oh, I don't know.
yeah.
That could be worth a bit of Mickey taking.
Well, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on all the usual Facebook groups just to see whether it pops up on there.
See,
Like,
yeah, see if it pops up.
yeah, it's sold, and I'm like, okay, you know, yeah. Lee's saying, Fester, are you able to make something for me if you can? As long as it ain't a bag of £50 notes, mate, I'll have a good go.
Yeah, it depends on what he wants.
Bat me an email, mate. I'll type my email in. Hopefully Fox doesn't tell me off for using typing.
Oh, make a noise. Might wake him up.
Yeah,
Actually, as Fox is in, when are we going to get episode 7 of a particular Millennium Falcon?
soon. Because don't forget, he's got the E-models build, isn't he?
Oh, what is he going to do it from start to finish and not sort of stop halfway through?
I'm not going to disclose how he's going to do it because that's a trade secret.
I just thought I'd poke a bit of fun at him.
Oh, see, you're making me feel sorry for him, but then I look over and see my pink tank and realise that at Christmas when we did that build, he was sitting there. Oh, I might have started mine, and it was primed in, you know, sizable sections, ready to go, mate. I'm like, bastard, bastard.
No, surely that's cheating. If he'd already started before the build officially started,
But he did come.
That shouldn't count.
He did come out with a good excuse, and it actually sounded really plausible.
Oh, go on then.
He sat there and he was, but the viewers expect it of me.
Yeah, that's got with him. That does actually carry a little bit of weight, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he really did actually sound quite convincing. I started to believe him myself.
Yeah, actually, yeah. When you think about it, yeah.
I'll tell you, if ever I'm up before the beak, I know full well who I'm going to have as my lawyer. They'll be sending the judge away.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Sarge is saying, yeah, Fox and his preparation work.
Well, as I say, it's all in the preparation.
Yeah, I mean, me and Chris did the honourable thing and didn't open our box, but then our builds show that we didn't open our box and do any pre-building. Let's be honest. You know, it's pink and it's a tank. Yeah.
Okay.
And I may have.
Why you've done it in pink?
Because it's a pink tank, Dave.
Okay. Not that I didn't watch the.
Oh, right. Yeah, I made that cardinal sin, though, of forgetting to prime my 3D printed cats. So when I painted the eyes, the nose, and the mouth on, they kind of ended up getting soaked into the 3D print. So they now look like 3 Ewoks sat there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so copious amount of sanding is going to happen. And yeah. Because that will terrify any young children that walk into E-models and see that in there. They're going to go, Dad, look at that scary monster.
You're going to be running for the hills.
Yeah, I mean, they look like Michael Myers.
Oh, dear. That's bad.
Yeah. Fox is saying, not cheating tactics, Edward de Bono style. Yeah, he's already started the one he's doing for next year, mate, this year.
That's a little bit too early, even for him.
But no, it was just that innocence of, yeah, but the viewers expect it. You know, they expect me to do this. Oh, all right then. And I was right. sounds convincing to me, mate. I'll go with that quite happily. And he's
Yeah.
off the hook, mate.
Yeah, the only trouble is there's no argument that you can put forward against an answer like that, is there?
There isn't. And it was the body language and the gestures and that really nice smile. And I'm like, God, you're bloody good. You really are good.
Did he have the smarmy git look, did he?
Oh, yeah. Slick Tony.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, used car salesman face, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, one previous owner, one very careful owner. Yeah,
one careful lady owner. Come from the convent, it did. Oh, right then.
Yeah, okay. Believe anything.
Bless him. But no, don't forget, folks. I think I've pimped it already, but 3 o'clock, Fox will be on doing his Warhammer Sunday show.
Shenanigans.
Then you've got Chris this evening doing his Warhamster Sunday.
And then you got the gruesome foursome tomorrow night.
Doing the E-models thing, and it's not my what's in store this week. So, yeah, I'm smugly sitting here going, yeah. And I need to remember to do me factoid this week because I sat there last week like a complete and utter spud thinking, I'm sure there's something else I have to do, you know. And I'm sitting here and Ted looks at the camera and goes, right, and now for Festa's Fact of the Week. And I'm like, that's what I normally do. Can you just give us a minute?
Oh, was you not prepped?
No.
Oh.
I sat there like a ghost farting in the fog, mate. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah.
So who's doing the what's in store?
I think it's Chris's turn this week.
Oh, well, then that's going to be 144th then, isn't it?
Yeah, but Chris's are always sort of intelligently thought out and that, you know, and I just go in there and go, what can I see in my bench now? Oh, it's red. There you go. That's the criteria. It's got red in it.
Oh.
Yeah. But I did well last week, though. I got Ted's right in the chat, so I was quite chuffed with myself because I've been getting them mostly wrong lately.
Oh.
I think I might have even guessed one of my own wrong. That's how bad I'm getting.
Can I suggest a bit of pre-show prep then?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Why not? You know what I'm like.
it might get you out of trouble. Mind you could turn around and say, if anyone criticised you, you could say, but it's what everybody expects of me.
Yeah, it's what the viewers would expect, Dave.
Exactly. You know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Mind you, when I did do it, they was surprised in the chat that it wasn't a death. They was like, oh, I was hoping it would be a death again this week. So, yeah.
Right.
Jamie Bone is saying, Fox, it's yours after Chris. Yes, you're right, Jamie Bone. It's normally Chris, Fox, then myself, mate. Good spot. See, Fox does this because on the way up to E-models last time, he sent me a message saying that it was going to be my what's in store and all of that. And Chris was like, it's his turn. Yeah. See, but this is what the viewers expect.
Chaos, mayhem, and shenanigans.
Yeah. Oh, Common Road Junction's in. Hello, mate. You all right?
Hello, mate. You all right? Well, just as a question to you, when are we going to start this fire engine build?
Cool, man. I don't know.
I'm starting to get itchy fingers about it.
How are ya?
Mm. Well, it's a big kit. It's big and flashy and
Yeah, it makes neenor noises and yeah.
do the nee-noi.
Because I've got a few of them lighting systems to do now.
I just thought I'd ask, but you know.
I
Mind you,
honestly,
I've still got the Huey to finish off yet. So
yeah, I mean, honestly, don't know, to be honest. We got the UE to finish, haven't we?
because
Uh,
next one after the Huey is the ATST,
yeah, ATST.
and I can guarantee mine's not going to be an ATST when it's finished.
No, nor's mine, mate.
So, hopefully, we don't upset the Star Wars world.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, when you did your cat, you thought you might have upset them, but they actually enjoyed it. So
Yes, it was one of those. I really thought people would sort of be offended or thought that I was having a pop, which is not the case at the end of the day. But
no,
yeah, I was quite surprised. I thought, oh god, are people going to think, yeah,
yeah, because I'm kind of going down. Well, the planning for it is to go down the line of what if this vehicle was a real vehicle in the world today? What would it be doing?
well, yeah. I mean, I've gone with the initials. You know, mine's going to be the American Tactical SWAT Team. It's going to be a SWAT vehicle with loads of fellas legging it around, blowing shizzle up. Realised then it's pre-watershed. I very nearly said something else. Just well got my post-it up, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to be a bit careful, mate.
Yeah.
Mind you, I can't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be all right until I drop something on my foot, and then it'll be dagnam it.
No, don't do that. We don't want any red claret being spurted across the camera angle.
Oh, that's a good spot. Lee Eagles has just found a Revell 116th Jag SS 100 for 30 quid. Hey, mate, I'd be hitting to buy it now on that bad boy.
I think I would have bought it by now.
Common Road Junction saying I want to get hold of that ATST kit. Pop out the E-models, mate. I know it's a plug, but that's where I got mine from.
I didn't.
No.
I got mine somewhere else. But from what I've seen inside the box, it does look a nice little kit.
But it's Bandai, innit? You know, I mean, I hadn't built anything Bandai until I did me Gundam Sniper bloke, you know, and putting him together was a cinch. And when the cat build came up for A models, I mean, my original one I built was the old AMT Ertl kit.
Yeah.
The difference between the casting, the moulding, and the detail is chalk and cheese, mate.
Yeah, I've had a good look in the box for this one, and it does look really good. I'm looking forward to doing this. It's just
yeah, they're really well engineered, mate.
Yeah, it's just a shame it's not going to be what's in the box.
Yeah, every joint is fully functional. It fits. It works. It's the panel lines are crisp and oh, mate, just need to be careful of any sort of solvents around any of the joints and that, lacquers and X20A and things like that.
Oh, are they a bit?
Yes,
a bit fragile when it comes to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind when I. Ugh. I'll bear that in mind when I start.
Oh,
So
you're
what?
down the road from us then, Common Road Junction in Essex.
Well, it's not
Happy
far.
days.
Not far. I was going to say, what's everybody got on their bench? What they building? What you building? What you building or what you scoffing? That opens it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bench and belly.
Yeah. I've just got kit on had me toast earlier.
I had mince pie earlier, mate.
Oh,
I was dead happy with that, mate.
mince pie. Oh. Actually,
Fox just sent me a Facebook message. Yeah, I'm just sorting out your moderator, mate, for you. I thought you was already a mod. So will be. Bosh.
that sounded very determined.
Yeah. Why are they overcomplicating the new YouTube stuff at the moment? It really seems to be a bit.
Can't they just leave it alone? It works.
Yeah, I mean, I know they tampered a lot with the live thing because of some of the unfortunate disaster things where people have been creating mass shootings and things like that and streaming it live. So they wanted to make things harder to do. So, yeah.
Just if it works, don't fix it.
Sarge saying he's got too much on the bench and not enough in the belly.
Oh,
Well,
no,
that was a long
Sarge.
Yeah, that was a bit of a long link there that was copied. So let's just check that was there. I'll just go on to their site and do it. There you go. Pop that in that way. It's better. See whether that comes through because that's it then without all the Facebook little gobbledygook in front of it. Try that. Oh, he's just done it as well. Happy days. Great minds think alike.
Right.
But no, they really are a good kit. You know, I had a little looky-loo when it first arrived, and I was quite impressed with it, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I did my what's in the box ages ago now, but yeah, I don't know. It just, even when you just look in the box and you've not even touched anything, it just looks really good.
Yeah, it's dare I say it's that premium quality, isn't it? It just feels right. You know, I don't know if you haven't built a Bandai kit. I know a lot of us
I have to admit,
sort of pimp them quite a bit, but we do it for a reason. Sure, excuse me. You know, we do it for a reason at the end of the day. They are really nice kits to make. And if you like putting together a nice quality kit, and you want to give it a bit of lipstick and mascara, so to speak, what better kit to choose? I do apologise. I've got a cold to die for, and I keep sneezing on air. Sorry about that, folks.
You got stuff up your nose again, have you?
Oh, mate, honestly, I think someone's old odour eater's worked its way up my nostrils. Yeah.
Ah, there it is.
ain't yours, is it?
Listen, mate. If it was one of mine, there would be a death trail between my house to your house because people were just keeling over.
Yeah, the Eagles is asking, how long do I set epoxy resin before sanding? Me, I normally use it, leave it overnight, but I hope you're wearing a mask, mate.
Yeah,
Because sanding resin there, mate.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a mask, good on you, mate. If you're not, you might want to invest in one, mate.
Yeah, get a mask and also get an old cloth as well. That's put it in the and run it under the tap and then wring it out. And then when you're doing your sanding over the top of it,
yeah,
what dust falls down should stick on the.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. A lot of people that come into my cave are often surprised that I've got literally just to my left on the wall there fire extinguishers, fire blankets, and they're like, why? Well, you've got a lot of combustibles out here, as well as a large stash of very meltable plastics and a 3D printer. So
yeah, you're good because
quite a lot of people are surprised, a big old fire blanket there as well, and for the sake of 20 quid for the pair, it's a bit of peace of mind. I mean, you're like me, Dave, the old 3D printer goes up, mate, you're going to know it, but a fire blanket, woof, have some of that. Job done.
Perhaps I ought to get one.
But, and obviously I've got steel cabinets on site with chemicals, all kosh, of course, all sorted and booted and that. But, we work with flammable paints, we lacquers and glues and all sorts, and we're surrounded by styrene. So Festa's top tip: if you've got a man cave in your house or in the garden shed and you haven't got an extinguisher or a fire blanket or some form of get out of jail free card, you might want to invest.
Yeah, don't be like Dave. Be like Festa.
Yeah, I mean, the way I worked it out when I set this room up was for the cost of one kit, I could prevent myself losing and having to replace 50 kits and the bench and all the storage and all the paint. So, yeah. Everyone's now going, really? He's got that?
Yeah. Oh.
But no, it's worth it. And also for your house insurance as well, don't forget. I mean.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't go down very well.
No, that's right. Because, I mean, we're lucky because, the generation of printers we've got have all got the MOSFETs and that in them, So, at the end of the day, some of the older printers and the first gen of 3D printers were, how can we say, a little prone to getting a bit smoky, weren't they?
Just a bit. I'm fighting here, and I'm not winning.
But I mean, I use a what's his name, full safe respirator with the two interchangeable canisters on the sides.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
And I find that's perfect if I'm doing resin. But it's funny, if I'm sanding anything resin, I'll put my spray booth on the bench with the extractor on and my mask, and it's just like straight out the window, isn't it? Done. Gone.
But if you haven't got anything like that, don't definitely have a damp cloth on your bench and work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You really do not want any of that nasty stuff going up your nose.
Oh, this is it. I used to find it when I used to weld, in the workshops and that, you always had huge, great buckets of sand laying around and extinguishers nearby. And anything that would stop fumes, especially if you was oxyacetylene and things like that. But, some of the argon-based gases like Argo Shield and things like that, you didn't want to be breathing it in all day because you'd know about it. That hangover from hell.
Must say, I don't really do that much in resin, apart from the figure work that I do. But
yeah. But how many people are buying a resin figure and they'll sit there, and it's dust everywhere, and they're like, it's like, yeah, we get one set of these lungs, and
you get one set and that's it.
Says the ex-smoker. I know.
Yeah, well, mind you, I can't talk. I
2 years now.
when did I pack up? I packed up day before my birthday in 2001.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So, yeah, I'm quite surprised, actually. This time round, I thought, well, yeah.
Mind you, even after all this time, I don't know whether it happens to you, but every so often I think to myself, oh, I fancy a fag.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think to myself, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
You haven't done that for God knows how many years. Why are you just suddenly thinking?
Yeah. I'll reach over to the table where I used to have my tobacco tin, and I'll be patting around. Oh, what the bloody hell's that gone? And then it dawns on me. It's like, duh.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
I mean, I smoked for 38 years. So yeah, it's.
Oh God. I dread to think. I dread to think how long I smoked for.
But yeah, it's. Do I miss it? Yeah. Because it was that whole thing, isn't it? It's sitting there, rolling the smoke, the smell of rolling tobacco, and
yeah, it's the thing that you do. I don't know, is it because you smoke it, or is it because you roll it because of doing stuff with your fingers? And
it's habitual, isn't it? It's we've all got fidget spinners and things that we fidget with. I do Rubik's cubes and things like that. But. Yeah, I mean, it's that whole process, isn't it? It's, I'll have a fag and a think. So you'd go and lean up against the wall, you'd have a fag and a good think, you'd come back, go to re-attack whatever it was that was causing you the grief, and problem solved.
Yeah, and you just sort of crack on with it, didn't you?
It was one of those, and it does seem strange sitting out here not having a fag on the go, but hey,
I think that's one of the reasons why I actually stopped match fishing.
Yeah.
Because I'll be sitting there fishing away and I'd have a smoke on the go,
Yeah.
And I stopped and I thought, well, what do I do with myself now?
Yeah. It is that thing, isn't it? I mean, if I was, the result of me packing up smoking is the money I would spend on smokes is bought the Rossi bike.
Mm.
And that's, my money that I would have spent on tobacco goes in an account, and that's what pays for that. So, it's how it is, isn't it? But you dread to think how much, if you did the maths.
Oh, no, don't even go there.
It's probably, you could probably buy a small 3-bedroom house, couldn't you?
No, don't go there.
I mean, someone was saying to me the other day that a packet of 20 cigarettes is like 12, 13 quid.
How much?
Yeah.
Well, what's it?
John Player specials or Benson's. And
well, before I packed up, a packet of Benson's was I think it just ticked over the £5 mark.
Yeah, that's when I went to roll him tobacco when they hit a fiver for a packet of 20. I thought, below that, that's expensive. Yeah. That's exactly what I said to the shopkeeper when he asked me for £5 and whatever it was. I was like, I think I'll have some old Alban, or, and yeah.
Yeah, old Alban and a packet of green Rizzlers.
Yeah, and then from there, old Alban started getting really expensive, so I went on to Amber Leaf because it come with papers. And then, of course, I had a mate that legitimately got me from the continent.
Yeah,
because he was a nice person and we paid every bit of duty.
I'm sure you did.
Because, you should. That's what it's there for. Yeah. If there's anyone from the customs watching, it's what the viewers expect.
The viewers expect nothing less.
Yeah, they expect nothing less from me. Why is it I think that I don't sound convincing? I've got A-level guilt,
Yeah, you're not quite as adept as Mr. Fox.
Oh, no, he's slippier, mate. Honestly, he's slippier than the grease on a Python's Hampton, mate, that boy. He really is.
He's got more slippage than a pack of eels.
Oh, jelly deals. Oh, nom, nom, nom.
Pie and mash.
Yeah, my mate, he did that. He had the best ever Christmas dinner, mate. Gavin, Chunky, if you're out there, mate. Fair play to you, mate. He sent me a picture of his Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Four homemade steak pies with the mash and the liquor, mate. That was his Christmas dinner. Because he's a big fella. He's a big unit. He won't mind me saying that. But it's all muscle.
Oh, he's a tonker toy, is he?
Yeah. But honestly, I was like, yeah, I bet that didn't touch the sides, mate.
Oh, that's a point. I'll have a word with the catering manager next week.
Fox says he's the Weasel King. Yeah. Common Road Junction is asking, what time are we on to? We're only on until 2:30 on a Sunday because there's some bloke called the Model Making Guru that starts his countdown at 2:45. And we kind of don't want to tread on anyone's toes. And, it's all amicable in the community at the end of the day. The internet's a big old place and there's room for everyone.
Yep, so
but it's perfect for us. I mean, I haven't been to bed since Friday morning. So, yeah, I'll probably finish this and go and have a kip. But, no, we're on to 2:30, mate. And then Fox is on and then Chris will be on after.
Yeah.
We're looking at making it a regular thing still, aren't we, Dave? So
yeah, are we? Is it going to be every Sunday or is it going to be every other Sunday?
I don't know. I don't know what to do, where to go with it. This is just us because we've been doing the Huey stuff on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I know Terry's doing stuff on a Saturday now as well because he's come back from his sabbatical. So we don't want to upset anyone and tread on toes and all of that lot. We're not about, but we might do the occasional Saturday with the Sprue Crew still. We like to keep them as random as possible because obviously Reese is in the emergency services and doesn't always get to join in, and it's only fair. He's part of the crew. We also got some of the buddy builds, Dave, haven't we? So we might do a few of them live on a Saturday. But again, we'll try not to encroach in other people's time slots.
Well, yeah, we could try doing this every other Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. You know me, I'm about at the end of the day. But
I don't really do a huge amount apart from go horizontal on the sofa on a Sunday, you know. So.
Yeah, I mean, we can do, catch ups with the UE and stuff, but yeah, Sarge is saying he's found a reason not to change the fan in his printer. When it prints, the silence lets you know it's done. Yeah, well, see, I can actually hear mine beep a little ringtone when it's done because I put the quiet fan in.
Yeah.
He says, very smugly.
Yeah, I can see a road trip down to your gaff and get you to do the same on mine.
Yeah, it's worth doing, Dave. Like I said to you, mate, when you're ready, mate, we'll set something up in the warmer months and
Yeah,
we'll get the bits that you need and I'll do your stepper swap and all your new rods and your brass fittings, them ones that I sent up to you. Bring all them down with you.
Yeah, because that can all go on and it can all get done all at the same time.
Yeah, we'll put in the aluminium bushes and, oh, mate, you're going to love it.
Yeah, but there's a certain four-wheeled vehicle that's going to absorb some money because it's got to have MOT.
Absolutely, mate, and that's more important because it's your livelihood at the end of the day, dude. And getting you to work is more important than a few decibels, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Well, if I ever get those lucky numbers come in. First thing I'll be doing is saying, I don't really need my job anymore.
Yeah. Fox is saying, trust me, weekly shows is better.
Oh, okay. Well,
discuss.
We can give it a go. We can.
I mean, I hadn't thought of it that way, mate. It's he's been doing it a lot longer than I have.
Well,
I was always very conscious that people would get fed up of seeing us on the tubes.
Yeah, because you think, oh no, not them two again. But come on, Fox, there must be a reason why you're saying every week.
What's the best 3D pen to buy? I'll tell you, Lee. Just bear with me, mate, because I've got to saunter across my workshop to get the box. Bear with me. Cue the old man noises. That's the one I got, mate. SL300, and it's made by AERB is the brand. SL300, mate, is what I got. And it's the Mutt's nuts, mate. It really is. It's a steep learning curve, a bit like the 3D printing, but yeah, I find it perfect for joining bits of 3D printed stuff together, almost like a tack weld, and then you can assemble stuff and then go along it, fill it in, sand it, boom, job Bob's your uncle. And I think that was 29 quid, something like that. Got that on Amazon. Other stores are available, of course.
Yeah, but you can't get it as quick as you can from them.
No. It was super quick. But yeah, it comes with some filament. I'll open the box up and give you a little looky-loo. Obviously, I've got the pen over there.
Stick yourself on full screen as well, so that they can see.
Good shout, mate. See, just well I got you, isn't it?
Wingman strikes again.
Yeah, so and you get all different filaments with it. You get your product, obviously your warranty card, and all of that. And they send you these things which are finger thimbles. Now, I'm a pretty big fella. I've got hand like a bunch of bananas or 5 pound of chipolata sausages, and these are about as much use as a chocolate fire guard to me. I mean, look at that. I mean, come on, how am I supposed to get one's finger in them? Really?
Will it go on your little finger?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at it. It's why I've got no rings. I had my rings tattooed on me years ago because, like I say, you know, I was blessed with the most cumbersome set of mittens you can imagine. So, yeah.
But you know what? You know, you got a 3D printer there. You could knock up some for yourself.
Mate, you want to see how long it takes me to put one of these gloves on, these surgical gloves. 9 times out of 10, they end up pinging across the workshop. And I only keep them on whilst I'm airbrush. I've got to take them off because my hands will swell up. It's a nightmare.
2 steps forward and 1 step back with you, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. I'm not safe to be let out. But yeah, anyone wants one of them, you know, give it a go, mate. No, nice bit of kit. You got your speed control. So that's speed up, that's speed down. Oh no, filament in, sorry, filament out. And that one's speed up and speed down. And just be careful because the tip gets hot. Very hot. As the tip of my finger will verify.
Yeah, I worked that one out when I was doing something with the 3D printer, and I inadvertently allowed skin very close to the nozzle.
Yeah, did you go fiddlesticks?
I went bouncing around the room, you know, when you're flicking your hand all over the place.
Have you got one of them burn marks on your finger like I've got?
Yeah. No, it's gone now.
Yeah,
but it didn't. My finger didn't stay on it for very long. I know that much. It was that's a bit warm.
The funniest one I did with mine, Dave, is I was lent on the plate because I've got my filament tub above my printer, as you know, with all the filaments stored in it.
Yeah.
So I was lent on the plate because I've got a fusion, so I can't stretch too far. And I inadvertently hit the home all with me thumb as I was lent across the printer.
Oops.
Yeah, so the very hot printer nozzle ended up on the back of one's hand, and it was like fudge.
Half. Flame, you know, that's all.
Yeah, fudge biscuits and flannels were, you know, yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, beyond hope saying you can get 3D pens on eBay and Amazon for about 16 quid. Yeah, they're not a lot of money, mate. You know, it's, yeah.
No, I'm just going to stick with my printer. I'm quite happy with that.
I'm not saying you've got to buy one, mate.
But if anyone is out there thinking about getting one, my simple advice would be, don't think, just go and get it, because it's so much fun. And the stuff that you can do, as long as you've got a limitless imagination, you'll be fine.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to ask Sarge the question as well. Has he done the 3D printer stare yet? We'll know, because if we see him and he's got a callus on his elbow, we'll know he's been sat there, assuming the 3D printer owner's position. Because we all do it.
Oh, yeah, you can guarantee it. Your eyes sort of track to the left when it's doing the print, and you just can't help but watch it, and you think, I'm doing it again, and you can't not do it, because it's just fascinating watching something coming out of basically nothing, really.
Well, I've got my printer going, and whilst the bench cam was on, I was sitting there. Yeah. In case you wonder, I'll switch the other camera back on, and I'll let them see what's printing. And this is for Scooby. Our man Scooby, see? And we've got a bit of the old 3D printing going on next to my bench there, as you can see, just poking out.
Yeah.
And we're printing in one of them Tape holders.
Oh, he's going for the tape holder, is he?
Oh, he's going for the big old super sexy tape dispensers, mate.
Oh.
So yeah, I've done quite a few of them. Obviously the glue one. I've got my 3D printed moto jig as well. So yeah, the Mark II version of that will be coming out the printer this week.
Ooh.
And Dave's seen the artwork for it, isn't you, mate?
Oh yeah, it does. It does look. It does look very sexy.
Yeah. So yeah, next time we do one of these, I'll hopefully have the moto jig printed and built, and yeah, I'm very tempted to do that in the rather fetching silver filament that Sergeant Bones sent me.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you're not going to do it in your garish green.
No, that's Festa's. Oh, I can't say it before 9 o'clock. It was Festa's fluid. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean. The stuff that makes you cringe, Dave, isn't it? Yeah. No, it was originally I was going to do it in claret and blue because the Mark I printed was in claret and blue. But that was that really, that transparent filament. It's got a real high resin content in it.
Oh yeah. Because I've got some of that clear stuff, and that is like
and if you do anything with threads on that, it's like fingernails going down the blackboard, and it's like
yeah.
So I was like, I won't print the next one in that filament. I'll go for either an ABS or a HIPS or a PLA, but not with the semi-translucent stuff,
No, I've got some of that clear stuff, and that is, well, that's worse than Araldite. That is. And once that's printed out and it's gone off, it's as rock hard as whatever you can think of.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Spiddy Q8 there, he's got an Ender 3. I mean, is that the creative Ender 3? Because he's got an Anycubic Photon as well, and a resin one as well.
Oh, he got a resin one?
Yeah, he's got a resin and an FDM, mate. Yeah. He's got both because he's super posh, but he's a coffee drinker, don't forget. So he's going to have both, isn't he?
I thought coffee drinkers were barred.
Yeah, but Spiddy, he's Spiddy. Rides big motorbikes and makes loads of quirky brum noises.
Oh, well, is it because he does the brum noises?
Yeah, he won't admit to that, but I can imagine he gets his knee down when he's building a motorbike kit. Yeah, that's the word, cruelty. Yeah, yeah. Mind you, though, saying that, Speedy, don't forget, Ellie Grew are bringing out the Mars Pro, hopefully by the end of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sarge is on about the auto leveling.
I don't know. I didn't bother with it.
I mean, this is the bit where we both sit here trying to convince everyone that our printers have remained bog standard and we've done no modifications at all.
That's difficult.
They're not buying it, are they, mate?
No. It's not going to wash. They know full well that as soon as something hits one of our benches, it's going to get altered or changed, modified.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if I was to send that back to Anycubic, I think I'd get a letter back going, have you actually sent us an Anycubic printer? Is there an Anycubic device within this pile of modifications?
Yeah, well, you've made holes and put switches in where they wasn't designed to go.
Yeah, but because they was in the wrong place.
Yeah, that power on switch on the side. Really?
Yeah, for me that was like, I can't be doing with that. I've
No,
got a
no,
nice little touch
well,
panel on the front of switches, and it's like,
yeah, that's why I'm glad I got that 3-way switchable
yeah.
socket, because it just makes life so much easier.
Oh, Sarge has modded these as well. Good man. Welcome
Yay! What's he done to it? What you done to it?
Side. Oh, that's brilliant, mate. Sarge modding his printer already. It was like, yeah, good man. Oh,
I'll
he's
have to find out if
the
it works.
extruder, isn't he? He changed the Mega extruder for the Mega S1 that we've got, the all singing, all dancing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find out if the guy at work that's bought one of these, if he's done any modifications yet.
If he hasn't, slap the taste out of his mouth, mate, because it's crucial. You've got to do some modifications, isn't you?
Well, if he doesn't, I'll put salt in his tea.
Yeah, because, it's...
Yeah, I'll find out.
I mean, I find, because I do a lot of the filming of the time lapses and things like that, that it's perfect because it's got the Raspberry Pi on there. It runs off OctoPi, and I just sit there and...
Something else I want to get into, that's the Raspberry Pi. I'm going to have to get into that and start circling about with that.
Oh, yeah.
Not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it, but,
Put it this way, it's basically a miniature computer, mate.
Yeah.
Do what you like with it. Dead easy. It's only code, mate. Duh.
Yeah. It's not rocket science.
Nah. All done for you, mate, isn't it? Duh.
Yeah. Yeah. I have to get into that. That's something else I want to get into. Yeah.
Yeah, they're chatting away in the chat there about 3D printers.
Good.
Yeah, Spiddy's on about the Photon. Yeah, the very different beasts. If you want to print figures or minis or busts, they're unbeatable. FDM is great for larger stuff, prototyping, and good solid ones. Yeah, but you're bang on there, mate. You really are. Yeah, he's on about looking up the Eligoo Mars, or the Eligoo Mars. They're down to about 229 on Amazon at the moment because the Pro's coming out, and it probably would pay you just to hang back a little bit and wait for the Pro to land. Probably give it a few weeks or a month and see whether or not there's any issues, and then take a punt, mate. But what I like about it is the whole case comes off the top. It's like a cover, rather than having a flip up front and you struggle to get all the way around it. You actually just lift the whole bubble off of it. But yeah. Leo Goose is saying you need a PC too. Well, actually, I don't have my printer connected to a PC at all. It's
no, because
self-supporting. The slicer software I've got on this system, and I can drop it either onto the OctoPi on the Raspberry Pi, or I can put it on an SD card and run from that. But
yeah, that's all I do. Is whatever I want to print off goes onto the SD card, and then it just sits there doing its thing.
I just load up on Octoprint and let it do its thing. If it's a time lapse on filming, like for the Mustang build where it's a commission and that, where you can have a few time lapses of the 3D printing process, then I'll run it through Octoprint. But other than that, the SD card, job done.
Yeah,
only time it's connected to a printer to the PC is when I'm changing firmware.
That's the point. I haven't checked to see if there's anything out there.
Yeah, there was a firmware upgrade recently.
Okay, I better go.
I haven't done it myself yet, mate.
Yeah, kind of thinking it works as it is, and there's nothing wrong with it. So,
yeah, with firmware, it's got to be, something really worth.
Yeah, because it works as it is. Leave it alone. Let it do its thing.
Yeah. There's another one, Spid. If you Google Eligru Mars upgrades, they're actually developing a range of 3D resin printers that are going to have very large beds and build plates. So it's on their site, mate. You can have a looky-loo. Mike's in. Hello, Dad. You all right, mate? Thanks for popping in, fella. But yes, that's the way to go forward, though, I suppose. Vince is on about getting a proper resin printer soon. Need to find an excuse for the missus. Mate, you just turn around and go, someone must have left it there, mate.
Well, yeah, you can just say it just landed. Perhaps someone sent it to the wrong address.
Ask her how much she spent on her shoe collection, mate.
Yeah, the shoe and handbag collection.
Because when they say, oh, yeah, but you've got to have options, I always save that excuse. So when I get my stash investigated, well, I've got to have options.
Oh, yeah. You know,
And aftermarket is accessories.
well, you know, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
But yeah, I think the resin, the thing that puts me off is, apparently anyway, it's quite fumy and a bit of a faff. But
Well, from what I know of it, it's a bit smelly.
yeah, but it'll be interesting to see what they do with the next generation that are coming out this year, because you've got the Photon S, but the downside a lot of people are unhappy about is they've changed from a metal case to a plastic one, and it's a bit flimsy.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with that. Because
Yeah, that's on the resin printer though that they've done that. So yeah, they've gone from a metal box construction to a plastic. Yeah, and it's yeah.
Yeah. Is there any heat involved with the resin print? Because I don't know.
From what I gather, it's done on an LCD screen with UV, but
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I've not used one, so I wouldn't know, mate, whether there's a lot of heat.
I know you get a certain amount of heat with the printers that we've got.
Oh yeah,
But
we was like a couple of blokes working in a cookhouse in the summer when we had them going, weren't we?
yeah, it was like fans everywhere just to try and get the heat moving around. So
It was fans everywhere, and there was a heavy smell of man in here. It was like,
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have just bought a hot tub and sat in that in here.
Oh yeah.
Mind you, though, we have done a thing before where we've both had our feet in a bucket of water, haven't we? And no one's known about it.
Oh yeah.
Got to do a bit of fibbing at the bench, mate. Foot in bucket.
Oh yeah. Foot in bath. Yeah, I must get one of those foot baths. Because it's all right putting your feet in a bowl, but to have it so that it keeps the water warm. And
I've got one in my Amazon basket that does foot massage, mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah, because you know I can sit here with me vibrating chair. It's all right. I haven't transformed into a Gundam. I've got a neck pillow that I'm leaning on, but yeah, and I've got a massage cushion as well now, and I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Edward Leonard is saying there's no heat. Spidey Q8's getting all technical there. I'm impressed, mate. No heat apart from exothermic reaction from the UV curing. Even though he wrote UK. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Has he been watching Doctor Who again?
Oh, mate, I'm impressed with that.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah,
Mike Mountain saying hello to everyone. Frankie goes to Wobby Woods in. Hello, Frankie. Loving what you're doing, mate. By the way, I've seen your recent pics. Keep up the good work, mate. Looking good. Yeah, Vincent's saying that's one of the reasons he hasn't pulled the trigger yet. He'd have to adapt the setup yet again with the smell and stuff. Yeah. That's the thing, mate. It does get a bit,
A bit nitty.
Vince is saying he was planning on model making and then he binge watched The Witcher. I'm gonna nod. Yeah, it's a good program, that, mate, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I've done well. I've not been to bed since Friday morning, and I've kind of, I think, past that strange point. You know, I felt a bit knackered at about 10 o'clock this morning. I felt the old eyelids going, so out come the old self-stirring cup and a nice cup of rosé, and it was like,
So how many figures can you get out of a bucket of resin?
I don't know. That's one for Spiddy. Yeah, Spiddy. The average 20 quid bottle of resin, mate. How many prints do you average out of that? Say, for instance, is it 1/10 scale, the average figure bust that most people paint?
Yeah. It's either 1/10 or 1/12, I think.
I've seen Ellie Goo resin on Amazon for 20 quid a bottle, but I don't know how much you get in the bottle and whether that's good value. I don't know. But, you know, for us, it's that cost per print that you try to equate in your head. I mean, I can do a 3D print on this of something that I've seen people selling for serious money. And you're like, when you look at how much filament you use, and you're like, oh, yeah. So I have no idea, mate. I think it would be good for the desktop stuff. And like you say, the busts. But I think you only got is it 155 mil print rectangle, if I remember rightly. I'm not 100% sure of the build plate volume on them. I think it's about half of what we've got.
Ooh, that's a bit small.
Yeah, but then, you know, a 1/10 figure is going to fit in one corner of our build plate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vince is saying he's testing everyone's patience as he switched to lacquer for his spraying. So, yeah, the family are very familiar with the smell of MLT. Have you switched to lacquers, have you, Vince? I never knew that, mate. Is it AK you're using, perchance?
Or is it the Tamiya ones?
He's now calling me a name that I can't repeat.
Now, that's not nice.
Vincent knows I'm digging him. He knows. Sarge is going, I've got a self-drinking cup. I swear it's always empty for no reason. Good man.
It's a pity you can't get a self-filling one.
Oh, yeah. I do like these little self-stirring mugs, though. They're a godsend, mate.
The only trouble is it doesn't hold enough tea for me.
Mummy, she said, I only bought you that for a joke.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, when she gave me them 4 mince pies last night for the man cave, I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any custard with them?
No, it was the old Mr. Kipling's, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mate, a cup of tea, mate. It was like watching Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, mate. If I could have stacked them one on top of the other, my bottom jaw was like Arkwright's till drawer coming out, mate. It was like,
in other words, they didn't last very long then.
oh, I've still got a couple, honest. Yeah. Yeah, what's he saying? It'll be small stuff if I bought one D&D tabletop minis, wiring brackets for custom stuff on the computer. Can be a bit fragile resin for that, mate. I would say ABS would still be the way to go.
I printed a few D&D figures off on the printer, and they've come out all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, depends on the curing, but Spidey's saying with walls about 1.5 to 2 mil thick, you get lots more out than you'd think. I was surprised. Oh, that is a very in-depth answer. Ballpark guess. I don't know. Have I got a 1/10 figure anywhere? You got a 1/10 figure nearby anywhere, Dave? No.
No, I haven't.
How big's a 1/10 figure? About the size of that, isn't it?
The
size of that.
1/10 is, yeah, about that, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah. I haven't got a clue what that is. Oh, it's an air freshener. Ugh. But yeah, Vince, hang on, mate, until the new ranges start landing sort of end of January, February time, mate, because I think there's some interesting developments. And that goes for the other 3D printing stuff as well. I mean, for us too, you know, with the Megas and Sarge, as stuff changes, we can just change the boards, can't we? It's, you know, if a new extruder comes out, we just whack the new extruder. Fox is giving me a hint here. He's saying, right, got a scoop. We'll look forward to next week's show. Next week. Hint, 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 hint. Don't forget, tune in to Fox straight after us. We'll be going off at 2:30. The Chinese dentist is our normal time.
Yep.
Yeah, Vince is going, you know what the dream setup is, Cole? Combination 3D printer router table ones and resin ones for minis. Yeah, good man.
Yeah. I haven't got enough space for that.
I could let you into a little secret on that front, but I'm going to stay stum for a while. That's going to get Vince's curiosity going.
Oh, that's going to get his ears going like radars.
Yeah, that's the size of a Marty McFly bus, this Spiddy. Just over 3/4 of a tank of resin. Okay, so that's a third of a bottle. It's not bad then. When you think what you'll pay for a resin figure, RRP.
Resin figures are what, 20 to 25 quid, depending?
Yeah.
Well, a resin bust. The ones that I've seen on eBay.
Yeah, no, that's favourable then, isn't it? It's a third of RRP then, basically. So yeah. Like I say, someone like Vince who wants to do a lot of the desktop gaming and tabletop gaming and stuff, probably be worth it. You better be telling me details in an off-air hangout later today. Vince, I ain't been to bed since Friday morning, mate. I'm cream crackered. Mind you, it's my fault for binge watching on the telly last night. I kind of got into the CSI a bit.
Yeah, they're good, they are.
Yeah, they are. But don't you find, though, you sit there and you start getting all forensic scientists, don't you?
Yeah, what was it? I did a binge watch on, was it Madam Secretary or something?
Oh, right, that's the one with Tia Leone, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, what's her face?
Yeah.
I saw it and I thought, oh yeah, I'll give it a quick watch.
Elizabeth McCord. I haven't seen it though.
And I gave it a watch, and then my Sunday disappeared because it's like, oh, I'll watch the next one. Watch the next one.
Oh, yeah.
Because as you
Oh,
was
yeah.
going through the playlist, it was forever downloading the next episode in the series, and it's
Oh,
like,
yeah. When
press
you
the
got it
green
on
button.
Prime on your Fire Stick, it's like click.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's when you Google it and sort of how many seasons of this were there, and you're like, oh, there's 18 seasons.
Yeah. That's why I didn't get into the Game of Thrones, because I think that one's quite intense.
Yeah, that bloody ending really got to me, that did, but yeah. But all I'll say is Daenerys Targaryen. Oh, swing.
Okay, means absolutely nothing to me.
Yeah, Sarge's 3D printed mechs from Mech Warrior is definitely cheaper than buying, much less finding them. Yes. Yeah, Sarge took a lot of convincing to pull the pin. I don't think I helped by sending him that mech, but yeah. There might have been an ulterior motive of, yeah.
It didn't take much for me to pull the pin on my one.
No. Of course, once you've been introduced to the wonderful world of Thingiverse.
Oh, the time that I have lost just cruising through Thingiverse, it's like, oh, what can I find? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, and yeah, time kind of disappears very quickly when you're trolling through Thingiverse,
Thingiverse and Tinkercad.
because what happens is you go, oh, I like that. I'll download that one. I like that. I'll download that one. I like that. And then all of a sudden, you've got 300 downloads that you didn't have a couple of hours before.
Yeah. How big's your 3D print stash now, Dave? When you go into your file explorer and the folder that you've got them in.
To be honest with you, I don't know, because the original stash of 3D prints has been hived off onto a second hard drive,
Yeah.
and I've started again. So I have no idea.
It's
In
bad,
all honesty, I guess I'm somewhere in the three figures, but where I'm in those three figures, I genuinely couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I think I've broke the 2,000 barrier now.
I don't think I'm that bad, but
it's addictive, isn't it? You sit there and you think, oh, I like that. Click, download, and you're like, and then you look at your things folder and you're like, bloody hell's that lot?
yeah. But sometimes you look at stuff and you might think to yourself, well, I don't actually need that. And then you look at it again and think, yeah, but I could actually use that part of it, but I don't need the rest of it. So you download it anyway.
Yeah, but we're blokes. How many times have we told the wife we're going to go out and empty the garden shed, and you fill the garden lawn up with the contents of said shed, and then everything that you've taken out goes back in, because that one piece of wood with 3 nails, a rusty screw and a bit of door hinge on it might come in handy one day.
Yeah, that's going to be useful.
Sarge has got 534 megabytes already. Good man.
How long you get? It doesn't take long.
Have you categorized your things folder yet, Dave?
I'm too
got
scared.
your A to Z?
No, I'm too scared to, because
oh mate, I've got like modeling bench bits, gadgets, fasteners, clips, cable ties. You know, and the printer folder itself is like hot end mods, fan mods, build tray mods, cable chains. Oh, mate. Sarge likes my little pulley system I've got that the filament goes round. You know, he's like, I love that. He said, I like that pulley.
No, all of my files are just sort of in one place, and you just look at it and think, no, I'm not even gonna go anywhere near it. It's just gonna stay as it is.
Oh yeah, it's you know, I've got things like figures. I've got model busts, model figures, paint racks, paint holders. You know, to me, bottle holders,
Vallejo bottle
Vallejo ones. You know, it's like, don't throw away your 3D printing spools, by the way, Sarge, because I've got some STL files that you can print, and it creates a stackable spool system where you put drawers that open out in your spools and that, and you can stack them all on and rotate them round. And yeah, so don't throw your printer spools away, mate.
No, keep hold of them. I've not even emptied one yet. I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm actually probably not far off of getting through that roll of green. I've still got that little bit of white filament on that reel.
I've still got a little bit of white. I've got a little bit of red left that I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah. We've both got this reel of white printer filament in we that we bought. And it's
mine came with the printer, and it just like it just doesn't want to end.
Yeah, we keep looking at them going, there's only a little bit left, and print job after print job. If every roll was like that, I'd be over the moon, Dave.
Well, you know, you said that to get the grey filament.
Yes.
For doing the figures. I've got some, and I haven't even touched it yet.
Yeah, no, I've done one reel of grey already. I've done a reel of white and 2 reels of green, half a reel of wood. So
I've got about a quarter of red left, and probably about the same of white.
Sarge is saying, oh, like a stackable lazy Susan. Yes, mate. Literally what you've got is where you've got your printer spool or filament, you lay it on its side, you put a base in that's that clips into the spool, and it rotates on a pin, and then between each spool you put another disc that will put the next spool up, clicks into the one below, and then the drawers where you've got the holes around the filament reel, you put a nut and bolt in there and you print your drawers out, and you end up with like 4 drawers per spool holder, you know, and they can then have compartments dropped in. So yeah, you end up with this lazy Susan solution, mate. So I've got the STL files in my ever-growing gadgets folder, Sarge. So what I'll do is I'll drop them up at some point over the next few days on the G drive for you, mate.
Yeah, actually, I think I might have a bit of a print session this afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I've been printing all through here. I've got the tape holder that I'm doing for Scooby, mate.
I could do it, but it does still make a bit of noise, and you can still hear it, so it's easier not to. But I'm thinking I'm gonna might do some modifications on Dave's chopper.
Oh, you're playing with your chopper this afternoon, are you, Dave?
Yeah, I thought I'll get my chopper out.
Yeah. Do you want me to whop you on full screen, mate? You got your chopper out?
Yep, there it is. Dave's chopper for chopping bits of plastic, bits of balsa wood. But I'm thinking of doing some modifications to it. But at the moment, I don't know what. But I'm going to do a slight change, I think. But that's it. He's done.
That was quick, Dave.
It was. It was very quick. Well, I don't actually know what I'm going to do. I'm probably actually might even have it all in the same colour. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, I mean that moto jig. I want to try that silver filament out, and I think that'll look quite fetching in that. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm
That was a
yeah.
serious bit of Tinkercad in that was, mate. That was like, a 4 hour solid stint on
Ooh,
Tinkercad. Yeah.
ooh, that
But
was a bit. Yeah.
yeah, but when you can't sleep, you've got to occupy the brain, haven't you? Sarge will relate to that. He's like me. He can go like, 2-3 days without a snooze.
No,
So
I
you've
can't.
got to occupy your mind, haven't you, to try to take the edge off of it. So
Yeah, I can't do that. I start flagging, and when I start flagging, let me go to sleep.
he starts nodding off, which is quite funny.
Hmm.
Sarge is off. Catch us all later. Yeah, no worries, mate. I mean, I'm going to have a bit of a snooze. He pops at some point today. But yeah.
Yeah, I think mine might happen this afternoon after we finish this.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got a feeling my missus is going to do me one of them special cups of tea again.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Why don't you lie down and I'll bring you up a nice cup of tea? Yeah.
Hey, mate, in this bad boy, yeah, I've already fell asleep once in it.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't put the massage on whilst we're on air, because I know I'll.
Yeah, don't lean it too far back, otherwise and off you go.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got a little button here, and I'll just. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, not a good idea, mate. Oh, yeah, we're getting close to our wrapping up time. Really quick.
That's gone very quick, hasn't it?
It has, it's
When I saw the time, I thought 2.5 hours. That's a, but it's gone. It's gone very quickly.
Well, it's one of those, isn't it? I mean, the format of this is very early days in the infancy, isn't it? We're not sure what we're going to do with our little Sunday slot yet. We are thinking of doing I've got a gallery set up on my Facebook page for buddy builds, but if you want us to create something for you guys to put your work in, then we'll do so. But for the meantime, you can put it in the folder on the Facebook page. I'll put that up in a bit, so you can see that. Where is it? It's that one. See, so that's the Facebook group and the Facebook page going along the bottom there. So if you want to join that, feel free to do so and create a little folder with your work in, put your name in or your YouTube channel name or whatever. Put in there your work, and if you want us to do a little sort of what you guys have been building section, we'll do that. I mean, I know Chris does it. We used to do it when we used to do the Saturday lives with Terry, and I think if I'm right, Terry's still doing it as well on his. So, and I think Paul does it as well, doesn't he? On the ISM, they have a bit of a little looky-loo through galleries. So that's what people want us to do. These were originally a way of getting our Huey time on air, wasn't it? Because we were both struggling to be about on a Saturday, weren't we? So
and you've been on about building the Huey for ages.
Yes, yeah, it was on my bucket list, wasn't it?
Yeah, and well, originally I was going to go looking for the 135th version.
That's right, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I found somewhere on deepest darkest eBay 124th, and it was like my hand hit that buy button so fast I didn't really know. Especially when it came in at 30 quid. It's like, whoa, I'm having that.
Oh yeah, they've come in really well, haven't they? Though.
Oh, But I still don't understand why people are saying, "Oh, it's a naff kit replacing another one."
You've got to be in the mood for building it, ain't ya? It's one of them.
Yeah,
Is it the worst kit I've ever built? No.
no, definitely not.
You know, and I've had a few good suggestions off of people where they go, "Oh yeah, this is an absolute dog of a kit," and I'm like, "Built one of them. It was lovely." I mean, probably the worst one I've had that I really could have stopped building was the beautiful Revell 144 space shuttle with rocket boosters. What a kit!
I
I think
think,
Frankie Goes to Hobbywood's doing one at the moment, and you end up putting a lot of filler around its hips, should we say.
oh,
Yeah. Honestly, mate, them finger stalls fitted my fingers better than that kit fits the better, mate.
oh dear.
The booster, the solid rocket boosters and the fuel tank, beautiful. The shuttle fuselage and them opening and closing doors, mate, look like a row of condemned houses, mate.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So,
No, I've not done one of those. I must admit.
yeah, they are a challenge. No, I'm not going to build another one for a buddy build. I've already built one.
Oh, go on. You know you want to.
See, but then I did the Apollo 11, and I would recommend that to anyone. I love that kit. Absolutely beautiful. Really enjoyed doing that.
Well, what I've done so far on my here, I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Mm-hmm.
If someone said, "Should I get one?"
Yes.
Do it.
Grab them whilst you can, though, isn't it? Because they do appear on eBay, and then suddenly they don't, and then they get really expensive again.
Yeah, definitely. Get one if you can, because it's good fun, and you can chop and cut them about as you've done and as I've done.
Yeah. Just modify it. Right. Well, we're getting close to that wrap up time, and
Yeah,
a few folks to drop in away so that they can have a quick cup of Rosie Lee and that before Fox comes on. These jingles will be starting up in 15 minutes. So I think we can pretty much thank everyone for coming in.
Yes.
And if there's anything people want to see in these, leave a comment under the video when it uploads. You know, if you want to see something. I mean, I know I've been a bit lackluster today, but I'm 36 hours from a kit, so I was like, yeah, if I glue anything together, it's going to be upside down and back to front.
So what's
yeah, what else is new? Some people will go, yeah, we've seen your builds, mate. Yeah, I know, but no, I'm going to have something on the go though. I think for a Sunday.
Yes,
probably won't be the commission because obviously I want to keep that separate. But no, I'll have something on the bench just to faff around. But I might start my little taxi, you know.
Do you know what? I think I might start this little bad boy.
Yeah, I've got a London taxi. Did I mention that, Dave? I've got a London taxi for 11 quid, mate. Does it end in off?
You might have mentioned it.
Yeah, does it end in off?
Would I ever?
Oh dear, bless. But no, yeah, I want to do a decal wrap on the taxi cab.
That would look good. Well, yeah, but what are you going to do? Map of the underground?
No.
Maybe I shouldn't.
It's going to be enough to fill up the rest of that paper that your print job's going to be on. It's got you going now, isn't it? What's he going to do on there then?
I'm sure I'll find out.
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah. And Frankie, last thing, says, I'm using it for getting experience in filling gaps and sanding. The other things I've never done before on a kit. It's a good way to get a higher skill level. You bang on, mate. Honestly, when people get the ump and say a kit's a bit scabby, for me, it's a learning experience. I mean, when I done that shuttle, yeah, I called it a lot of names, but I learned more building that kit than I would have done if it had been 10 shake and bakes. So, yeah. So, anyway, I think we can pretty much
I think that's
say
it.
thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
It's a goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from him.
And him.
If Fox is watching this back later, we'll see you next Sunday. Same time, same place.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.